Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to your 34th tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to print or make a table using multidimensional arrays. So in the previous tutorial we have only seen that how the multidimensional array works, but in this one we are going to print a full-fledged table without any manual kind of hardware or simply using for loops. So first of all, I'm going to make our main method here. So public static void main, and string args our square brackets the body. So let's make an multidimensional array here. So in teacher, and let's name our array sorry, like first array, and again two brackets for our rows and columns so that it knows it's multidimensional one. And let's give some elements. Actually, I should have done it earlier, but no issues. And 5, 6, 7, 8, and the whole stuff inside square brackets, braces. And let's make another one. So it's gonna be again int second array, and for this what I'm going to do is let's keep 12, 23, 34, 3 in the first, and I think 34 already, 45, 56, and 23. Man, I'm bad with numbers. Okay, so as you can see we have odd number of columns here. So let's see how Java is going to handle them. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so for printing I'm going to make a separate method here. So again follow the keywords public static void, not main this time, let's name it display. And as we know how to take an array as an argument, so simply we are going to give two sets of square brackets in place of one, and then its body. So now to print a multi-dimensional array we are going to use two for loops. One which will work with the rows and the second one which will work with the columns. So let me show you. For, and let's make our counter variable here for the rows first. So rows equals 0 because index always begins with 0, and now rows less than the length of the array, and rows are going to be incremented by 1. So that's our first for loop which will work with the rows, and now it's time for the second for loop. So for int columns, wait, why it is row here and rows there, let's keep it column here. So 0, and our condition here, which is going to be column less than. Now it's a key point here. So now, unlike we used to say the name of the array dot length and compare it, we are going to compare it with the uh, number of elements in a row. So it is going to be name of the array, the elements it's in its row, and the length. And then our increment here, so column, and I hope I didn't make any mistake here. No. And now our condition here. So now we are simply going to print the elements here. So it is going to be, wait, we are going to print. So it is going to be system out print, not print line in this case, cause it will set the cursor to the new line every time it is called, and we will get a single column in place of rows. So print here, and then the name of the array, and we are going to give the index here. So it is going to be row here, and our column here. And after that I am going to give a little space so it looks good. So \t. So now we are printing our column here, and now I'm going to move the cursor to the next line. So system out print line looks good. So what is happening here, if I have to tell you that uh, the first for loop begins with 0 and it initiates the second for loop here. So unless the second for loop ends, the value of the first for loop will not be incremented. So we are going to get 0 here for using our first for loop, and now the second for loop is going to run until this condition is met. So now it is going to be 0 0 0 1 0 2 and so on, and when the value of rows increases the number of elements in the column, it is going to return to the first for loop, and we are going to get 1 now. So again the whole loops run, then executes, then again the value of the rows increases, and that's how we are printing our multi-dimensional array here. So now let's move to the printing part here. So let me give a heading so it is more clear. So system out print line, and let's print something like this is first array, and let's call our function here. So the name of the function is display, and inside its argument is going to be the name of the array. So it is going to be first array, and since I'm lazy, I'm going to copy this, and in place of first here, this is going to be our second one. So second array, and here also we are going to type second. So it all looks good. Now if I print this, as you can see, we are getting this is our first array, and our first row has 4 elements or 4 columns in it, and also our second one, and the second array, which has 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in third. So that's how we use or print multidimensional arrays using 2 for loops. And again, if I walk you through the whole code again, we have simply made a multi-dimensional array first. These line of codes are simply calling the method here, in which we are using two for loops, one for the rows and one for the columns. And wait, what I'm doing. And this particular line here is just for giving space or for the visual appearance of our table. So nothing such of importance. But these conditions here are important. So in here we are scanning all the elements, like what are the total number of elements in our array. But here we are only scanning the number of elements in our row, and after that it is returning the values, and again we are printing them here. So follow me step by step for this code, and once you have uh, typed it by yourself, I'm sure you will understand what's going on. And if not, then play around with it, and you can message me in the comments, or if you have my number you can message me. I am there to help you. So see you guys in the next tutorial. Hope you are subscribing.